Yeah, it's actually I looked up the border of New South Wales and Victoria to where you know where you have Sydney and
That's right.
Melbourne, not exactly small cities, has a
Yeah.
larger border than Bavaria, which is the biggest state in Germany. And the city size is bigger than Munich, which is the biggest city in Bavaria. So I totally agree. It's like probably learn and adapt as good as you can instead of shut down the idea.
Right. And the main
Way.
point is that if one can sit down together, right? I mean, part of the problem is that Europe has not faced an outbreak in many, many, many years, right?
Right,
And surely not an outbreak that's as harmful to life and to the economy as this one.
right,
And so there isn't the expertise.
right,
And so the point is that what you do is you sit down with the people who have done this and you say, okay, you know, so far what we've been doing hasn't worked out that well. Let's learn from what, you know, you've done, and let's see if we can apply this over here. Is it
absolutely.
difficult? Is it impossible? Is it possible? And my statement from my knowledge, and I've worked in Africa in fighting Ebola, and I've worked, you know, in collaboration with multiple countries, including advising Australia on what they did there. And that was very early on, before the recent outbreak, you know, just to tell them that they should take strong action.
Hmm.
But I think that the point is that it's not as hard as it seems. There's a real misconception. The most important is actually to make the decision. Because once you made the decision and you start asking, okay, how am I going to execute? The execution steps become the kind of plan, you know, the way you normally go about taking a goal and turning it into something that you execute on, and then you do it. And part of the point is that it actually becomes easier and easier as you go forward, right? Because as you reduce the number of cases, it actually becomes less hard rather than more hard, more difficult.
Right.
So right now we're doing the hardest thing. And if we go about doing this, then it'll become easier and easier as we get there. Anybody that says it can't be done, they should be faced with what was done at this point and ask, not just sort of flippantly, but, you know, very specifically, why it was possible to do it there. And again, Australia did it well. It's possible to improve on it and to do it faster and to do it more, you know, I mean, every effort has, you know, people did things in a certain way. And I have no doubt that Germany can learn from them, and not that it will be harder, but that Germany can improve on the process and be successful.